we say for welcome Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Thank you very much. So subscribe to the channel now. Thank you very much. So subscribe and subscribe as well. YouTube do so. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. In the notification turning, make sure so you do choose all. And then there were a lot of games that course all through Europe, and maybe all the post match analysis ever has on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. So now me catch on. One subscribe here. Subscribe to the channel, won't turn on notification, in the notification turn on, make sure so we choose all. Of course, share the link to our for normal so enjoy analysis now has it on YouTube. First of all, a Chelsea big game on our way to Newcastle, Echo Boy at St. James's Park. A game before the game in Newcastle. We expect Newcastle for we're going to play the same way like they did at Stamford Bridge. Sending at Chelsea for at Stamford Bridge. Newcastle for pressing higher. Chelsea for able to find space in the middle of the park and playing to it using a branch for Nicolas Jackson and Cole Palmer. On a very good ability to hold up the ball in these areas, combine play, and then be very, very important in it. So, I said, give me and the 2 goes to 0. And one thing is clear. Christopher and Kuku Ennis have very good channel running ability of our branch friend Nicolas Jackson. And of course, Cole Palmer, so and Bobby. From the onset of the game, Chelsea consistently struggled to play out from the back because, of course, 2 DMs and come here more press resistant in Fiifi on them, here more able to receive the ball in tight space and able to play for them. Both of them did not start, and I'm talking about Abantia, the friend Moise Caicedo, and Romeo Lavia. All of them did not start. Of course, I've told you the importance of the CCB or the centre back in build up from Enzo Maresca's system now. And on the day. Abentia friend of Tosina Drabiayo and him Abentia friend of Benoit Belachile were all not up to speed. So, oh boy, in a game like this, you want to break the lines from the back. You want to be more accurate to your pass. You want to find people in between the lines. You want to be good, double breaking of lines now. And Enyaria and then Abentia friend Tosina Drabiayo and Abentia friend Benoit Belachile were good at that. Again, a lot of thumbs up to team friend Newcastle United for pushing up, for being aggressive. And being the face of Chelsea, almost for say Chelsea, and Chelsea, 2 huge mistakes. First one, from our branch friend Renato Viega, no boss and DM. But Mario said, as Chelsea were going to this game, now branch friend Jadon Sancho a prep because no prior. I mean, it's an ailment, and Enzo Maresca kind of went in and bam Bobby, and yet Enzo Kokoba branch friend Kenan Drisby Hall, rather at right back at the beginning. It didn't really help at the starting. And they do maybe know their brand friend Noni Madueke. But I think in the first half, Newcastle for was spot on. Yes, Chelsea had some chances to get goals. Chelsea had some chances. First one, F1 to brand friend Kenan Drisby or the first minute of the game. He couldn't do anything with it. In Kuku in your chances, Joao Felix in your chances. All of the players got some very, very good chances, but they couldn't convert it. But then again, it's the Carabao Cup. I understand. Like Meccano and Chelsea needed to win to beef up morale, any momentum going into a huge game. Also away, I'll be going into a huge game at Newcastle. So I shared with if you would be there. But I'm if the Chelsea sign 11 players out of the lot. 11 players now. And I can several times say one of the biggest upsides of Enzo Maresca, and he said, need 2 teams in here able to play well, the same automatism, the same system, the same structure. They are still also able to get results like that. But it looks as if it's a game win against Newcastle at St. James Park now. Then Newcastle for and warning. A team Chelsea for, and Chelsea could not get results when they had to get those results. And I don't think Chelsea out in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup, and they need to regroup and then find ways on beating about the next number of games. It's not going for break. I say, adding to Enzo Maresca, Ambo, the full 11, and Newcastle a big team. But trust me, and Mane, yes, and it's important for him to share the load. It's important for Enzo Maresca to share the load now. I know you're Chelsea Navy and I want to share. But the most important thing is that Chelsea will begin to realize how important it was for Enzo Maresca to share the load in March, April, thereabout. The fixtures never so. The players don't begin so many accumulated fatigue. And then Adam Watson a prior for Crystal Palace, Mickey Van der Ven a prior for team my friend Torian Mosper. A lot of teams had a lot of injuries on the field of play. It's yes, you may not be too happy as a fan, say Enzo Maresca rest in place. You may not be too happy, say as a fan, say Chelsea lose so much, you can't Trabet sign man. But then again, I think that's important. The need to share the load is important now. so that somewhere in April, March, thereabouts, when the fixtures begin to become a little bit voluminous, a little bit too many, then that is where you see the importance of Chelsea's ability to share the load. On the other side, Chelsea over the weekend, our big game against Manchester United. But the big one is that Manchester United against team friend Leicester City by 5 goals to 2. 5 goals to 2. An excellent performances for Manchester United. For, of course, in the dugout was a branch friend of Ruud van Nistelrooy. Obviously, in the on the touchline the very first day for a branch friend Ruud van Nistelrooy, and then getting Manchester United to go on and score a lot of some very beautiful games, dominating play now. In build-up, normal build-up with a 4-2-4 in build-up. With Diogo Dalot inverting and then Abrantia, and sometimes in attack, it now became a 3-5-2. Without the ball, it became a 4-4-2. It's probably giving us a semblance of what's going to happen over the weekend. Setima, your friend of Chelsea, Equa away Kokobo against Tima, your friend of Manchester United. What's the name? Old Trafford. It is giving us a sense. So that's probably going to be what is going to happen over there. But of course, that's fine. We expect Cesare Mano Eberkoso on, but huge games, and of course, when Manchester United were brilliant. I don't know. So if you're a Chelsea fan, and does that make you worried? So Manchester United were able to win by 5 goals to 2 against Leicester City, and then Chelsea were not able to get the win in that important one that they had to win over there. Does that worry you? Because if you look at the games that have gone on, Manchester United were brilliant today in the EFL Cup, and they are going to go into the quarter-final of the EFL Cup in the next round. As it stands now, they have been brilliant. And Brentford won by 3 goals to 1, Blackpool 0-1, Everton, and Southampton went through. Manchester United, of course, over there. They won 8 or the quarterfinals over there. Stoke City, Southampton went through. Tottenham Hotspur, they beat Manchester City by 2 goals to 1. Arsenal beat Preston Town by 3 goals to 0. Crystal Palace beat Aston Villa by 2 goals to 1. Brighton and Hove Albion lost to Liverpool by 3 goals to 2. Manchester United won by 5 goals to 2. And then, of course, Newcastle Chelsea by 2 goals to 0. And it's clear. Said Enyadia, Enzo Maresca, and Mantian are going to go through. It was not a good performance for them at all. On the hand of Manchester United, they played some good stuff. Like I said earlier, Ewe Chodom, almost second choice goalkeeper behind the Diogo Dalot, delayed Lindelof and Abrantia and Martinez. Diogo Dalot inverted into the middle of the park to make it a 3. Fiifi on Chodom back 3. But in build up, it was a 4-2-4. With Joshua Zesky and Bruno Fernandes in between the lines, and then Abrantia Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho keeping the width for them. And then, of course, born, that's a bonus. They go back into a 4-4-2 mid block, and there's a game. Ruud van Nistelrooy in his first match as Manchester United manager on the dugout, and on the winning by 5 goals to 2. I just don't know. It doesn't really take anything away from the game that's going to go on over the weekend. Manchester City have lost that game in the Carabao Cup, losing to Tottenham Hotspur over there, and that means now Chelsea focus now have to go into FA Cup. It goes into Conference League, and then it goes into the English Premier League. And Marion Fee said the big one is over the weekend. And Chelsea big one ever goes over the weekend against Manchester United at the Trafford. A plays Chelsea consistently want to get results. Chelsea has struggled in the last few years playing at Old Trafford. Old Trafford and not from car. So how are they going to manage to get results when Manchester United have a new manager bounce? Enzo Maresca, after the game, has made some good assertions about the plans going into that game against Team friend and Manchester United, and then they'll hope to be and get it done. And like I said, my point is, Chelsea started chasing every game less important, then they are going to have issues in the long run. I like the fact that Enzo Maresca going into the dying embers of the game, the one for Kupamamba, one for Brancha, friend even like Cole and some of the senior players number, and he tried to just manage the game. It's important so by picky and choosing the games this season, and then get a full-fledged side, then he can go on from there. Definitely Carabao Cup any priority, but I have issues with the setup for Chelsea and then say Abrantia friend Benoit Belashi, Abrantia friend Desasi at right back for me was a non-starter, and I'm worried. So yes, I didn't know about Abrantia, your friend Benoit Belashi over there. It was not a good game at all for them. And also Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United, 150 games, goals and assists 70 goals, 70 assists, 80 goals for Abantia Freno, Bruno Fernandes over there in there. And that's an important one. Third players play for Hugh. Play for the big ones as well. But this is a game Chelsea had to manage it well. And I think that has been a good one. And I like the fact that Modric was an important player in certain patches of the game. He needs to keep his head up. He was the only one that actually played well today. And I think that he's getting better with time. Modric is going to come good. I have issues with Enzo Maresca in the setup. But again, I'm trying to look at the bigger picture on the day and how important it was for Enzo Maresca to prepare his team going into this one. A very, very, very important game that's going to go on over the weekend for Chelsea Football Club. Renato Viega in the middle of the park today was not it at all. I was distraught. In Kuku again, he wasn't on it. It looked as you said it was a bad day at the office for almost everybody. Christopher and Kuku for me was not convincing at all when he started playing today. There were times where he got a lot of chances, he couldn't get a job. And like I said, the bigger picture is that a lot of the teams have gotten some injuries. Man City have lost Savinho. Tottenham Hotspur have lost Mickey van der Ven. Madam Watson was out for Team Friend and Crystal Palace, and Chelsea did not Rex that with Cole Palmer and some of the senior players today. They decided some mobile almost second team now for this competition, and even if it's not going well, they keep on the semi-finals and can maybe now the focus now on the conference league, focus now on the FA Cup, focus now on the English Premier League game at Ecoso on Sunday. But Manchester United will be boosted with a lot of energy. And then who's a time when Chelsea Kwakoto Joao Felix now. I spoke about my reservations about that player. Every day I speak about reservation about that player. He's a player that for me has to prove me wrong. On the ball, off the ball. He didn't do too much for me. He was just too nice, too flamboyant, of a sort of chain, of a sort of 10 year, of a sort of short to be no power behind it. I think that Joao Felix should have done better. He didn't do better in there. And I don't think that it was good enough. In the first half, the centre backs were also not good enough. Lamine Yamal and Barca players were back in training. Almost everybody is feeling fine. Rafinha, almost focusing on the games. Almost say the El Clasico, they are not really worried about what happened in the El Clasico. They want to focus. Barca don't want to play in signing anybody in January. Deco's margin in transfer market is still slim. The priority is the return of the one-to-one financial rule, which is very important. Players in Barcelona dressing room all have good relation with each other. There is total communication between veterans and then the young boys. And today, Ronald Araujo invited the entire Barca squad, no any technical staff, the barbecue at the Barcelona restaurant as so prepares for any team. And Ronald Araujo has a long job to do in and sitting up branch friend Inigo Martinez and we're same for Christensen, an important player for coach friend Hansi Flick. But will still take some time. So we're returning to full training. Almost all of the Barca players they did return. Real Madrid players are returning. Vinicius Junior, they all did return for the subsequent games. So imagine Gavi and Flick in training. Rafinha say in the past week was great, but most important one is yet to come. People know which one that will be, and he spoke about the fact that Barca players no effort. Say they are doing a lot more for the team. They want to get results. They want to play well. And then Nunti and Abasa economy, and yet just because of the coach. At the time now, Hansi Flick, he may not have been in line to play, but we're born a home Juma, and now he has the chance so in the big matches for Tima, your friend FC Barcelona or Honor. And like I said, and then I may come Manchester City. Manchester United players now. Bruno Fernandes was spot on today and was very, very integral. Manchester United had 23 shots on target today. 0 occasions this season have they had more shots than against a Premier League team. Encouraging stuff from Ruud van Nistelrooy, Red, another important player there. Near Brantia, your friend Manuel Ugarte. Are you worried as a Chelsea fan? Casemiro and goal. Temperament, management of game, big game. Old Trafford is going to be a huge one if Chelsea can really fight for something. This weekend against Manchester United. All is set. Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. And then you may have brother Ketsons here.